Hi everyone, and a very good day. So for this video, I would like to explain a few things from my slide here. Okay, so I hope that you already have our console in your PC. Alright. Okay, so I will not explain step here. Okay, I hope that you understand the step to starting the R console. Okay, so for this video, okay, I will start explaining to you, okay, the most important part in starting our programming is creating vectors, right? So when we creating vector, actually we use a C function, right, to concatenate object together. So as we can see in this example, we assign x the same object together, right? So x as okay, with numeric and numeric, okay, logical with logical. If you feel lazy, okay, you can simply use T and F, right? So be careful when you use this alphabet, right? Because R assign T as true, F as false. Okay, character, right? Integer, okay, if you want a list of number from 9 to 29, okay, the class for this assign for x is actually integer, and you have a complex number here, right? So we can also check the class of x in this example by using class function, right? So you can also use the vector function to initialize vector. Suppose that you want a empty vector, okay, so you can use this function, right? So as I explained before, okay, we commonly store the concatenate the same object. Okay, what happen if different classes of our object get mixed together, right? So what happen, R will coercion happens. Okay, coercion happens since that R will try to find the best way to represent your assignment here. Okay, suppose that you assign y as as a numeric and a character. Okay, it will become a character as example. Okay, a logical and a numeric. Okay, R will coercion happen and will become numeric, right? And a character and a logical will become a character. Okay, so this is how R works. Alright, but you also can explicitly coerce them from one class to another using the as function. Okay, suppose that you say R is mistakenly assign your object, your class. Alright, so you can change. Okay, as example here, x is a list from 0 to 6. Okay, by default it should be an integer, but you can assign this number as numeric, as logical, and as character, right? So as example here, okay, you get this kind of output if you use as character. But be careful, it's not every time that as function will works. Okay, so what happen if we cannot figure out? Alright, so a warning will be prompted, okay, below the output here. Warning will be prompted and it will result with an A, right? That's how vector works. Okay, next we look at matrices. Okay, matrix is a vector with a dimension attribute. Okay, so the dimension have a length of 2, so you have row and column. Okay, this is we call it as metric if we have number of row and number of columns. So the function we will use is metric. Right, as example here, you also can check the dimension by using dim function. Okay, suppose that our m here is a metric as we assign here. Okay, m as a matrix, and we can check the attributes. Alright. So when creating the matrix, alright, R will we say that it is a column wise. It start upper left corner and running down the columns. Okay, as example here, we want to create a matrix of a list of number from 1 to 6. Okay, number of row 2, number of column 3. What happened? Okay, it will start with upper left and column wise. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 by default. If you not assign, it is and okay, the row is true or false. All right, we will explain it later. Okay, and this is how we can okay, one way to create a vector. Also we can use dimension assignment. Okay, so you can try to check what are the correct number here to create this vector. Okay, this matrix, right? Okay, so in addition, okay, we also can use cbind and rbind function. Okay, this is very important, and then the most common use when we try to create a matrix. Alright, cbind we combine cbind is a column bind, rbind is row bind. Okay, what happened, this is as example here. Okay, x and y, what we use cbind column bind, so it will okay start with x as column, okay, rbind x as row. Okay, right, next we will talk about list. Okay, list is a special type of vector, okay, that can contain element of different classes. Okay, so this is the major difference between list and others. Alright, so as we can see here, if we use list function, we can combine a numeric, character, logical and complex in a list. Right, so what happened, this is the output. Okay, right, so you can create empty list by using okay vector list, right, length 3. Right, okay, so next I will explain about okay factors. Right, so factors used to represent categorical data and can be unordered or order. As example here, male and female 1 and 2 is example of unordered, or we say nominal. Okay, and we can create it by using the factor function. Okay, suppose that this is a group of answer yes or no. Right, so we create factor, and remember by default, okay, R will assign the levels, okay, following alphabetical order. Alright, okay, so what if we need the order not by using alphabetical? Okay, so okay, you have to set using the level argument in factor function. Okay, so how? Okay, so you put this, okay, level C yes no. So what happened, instead of it recognized as in alphabetical order, okay, now it will recognize yes as the first order, and then the first level, and then no. Right, okay. Okay, I will go array is when you want to go to beyond two dimensional. Okay, 2 dimension. Okay, we use array. Okay, this is example of array. I will go, and okay, last but not least, the most used structure that we constantly use is actually data frame. Okay, one way to understand it is it will store as a tabular data in R. Okay, so the tabulator means that we can see the row and column, but you have to differentiate it with matrix. Okay, so okay, unlike matrices, data frame can store different classes of object in each column. Okay, and we usually created it by reading in a dataset using read table or read.csv. Okay, and we will working with data frame more and more in the later in the later lecture. Okay, so this is example. Alright, if you want to create data frame, okay, so this is the output, right? So it is actually important, okay, to differentiate between this all of data structure, so that you have a correct way. You will have a correct representation, correct output, the way that you want it to be. Okay, so I think I will end my explanation here. Thank you for listening. Bye.